Long before the first pharaoh carved his name into stone, Egypt may have inherited a world already built. A civilization older than dynastic history. A people who left structures, alignments, and knowledge but no name. Mainstream history places Egypt's rise around 3100 BCE, yet across the desert, evidence keeps appearing that refuses to fit that timeline. Precision-cut stone beneath later temples. Astronomical alignments older than the earliest dynasties. Foundations buried under monuments that claim to be first. These are not isolated anomalies, they form a pattern. At several sites, archaeologists discovered construction layers that do not match dynastic techniques. The stonework below is heavier, more precise, and aligned differently than what sits above it. In many cases, later Egyptians simply built on top of something already there. Why would they do that? Ancient Egyptian records offer a strange clue. In early texts, pharaohs are described not as creators, but as restorers. They renewed what was damaged. They rebuilt what had fallen. These phrases appear again and again, yet no disaster is ever described. What were they restoring? Some researchers believe Egypt inherited its sacred geography from an earlier culture. Star alignments at Giza, Abydos, and Nabta Playa correspond to skies that existed thousands of years before the first dynasties. These alignments would have required long-term observation, advanced astronomical knowledge, and continuity across generations. And yet, no named culture is credited. Even more unsettling is what's missing from the record. Egyptian scribes documented everything: kings, floods, famines, even failed rulers. But there is a silence when it comes to those who came before. No enemies listed, no predecessors honored, no origin story describing learning from another people. Silence in history is rarely accidental. In some myths, the gods ruled Egypt before humans. They taught knowledge, law, and architecture. These stories are usually dismissed as symbolism. But what if they were memory? Not of gods, but of an earlier civilization later elevated to myth. Archaeological dating complicates the picture further. At certain sites, organic material trapped beneath stone layers dates far earlier than expected. Critics argue contamination. Supporters argue something more disruptive, that Egyptian civilization did not emerge in isolation. If that is true, naming the earlier builders would collapse the idea of Egypt as the starting point of advanced human culture, and so they remain unnamed, not erased violently, not destroyed, simply absorbed. The pharaohs did not deny what came before. They built over it. They aligned themselves with it. They claimed continuity without attribution. Because to name the civilization before the pharaohs would be to admit that Egypt was not the beginning but the inheritor. And history, once inherited, becomes much harder to control.